Colorado used to be known as the hidden gem of the West, but lately people are starting to ask if that's changing. Home prices are skyrocketing, the population keeps growing, and some people from states like California are moving here in huge numbers. So the big question that I hear over and over again from residents in Colorado is Colorado the new California? For some people, the statement sounds exciting. For others, it sounds like a warning. Increased cost of living, more traffic, rising home prices, higher rents, higher population density, and changing politics. These are all things that people often associate with California, and many longtime Coloradoans, like myself, are starting to wonder if the same thing is happening here. We'll also talk about where Colorado still looks very different, because while there are definitely similarities starting to appear, Colorado is very much still its own place. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with one of the biggest things people talk about, housing prices. One of the most noticeable changes in Colorado over the past decade has been the rapid rise in home prices. If you bought a home here 10 or 15 years ago, chances are it has appreciated significantly. Cities like Denver, Fort Collins, Boulder, and Colorado Springs have all seen substantial growth in home values. A lot of that has been driven by demand. For the last 10 years, Colorado has consistently ranked among the top states people move to, thanks to the outdoor lifestyle, strong job market, and overall quality of life. But when demand increases faster than housing supply, prices go up. That's basic economics, and it's exactly what we've seen here. And while the influx of people to Colorado has definitely slowed in the last couple of years, housing prices still remain at a premium in many areas. For people relocating from more expensive areas, especially places like California, Chicago, New York, Miami, while Colorado housing has certainly become more expensive, it is still significantly more affordable than most major California markets. In cities like San Francisco, San Jose, Los Angeles, the home prices are still far below that, especially outside the major metro areas, ranging on average to $500,000 to $600,000, which again is well below housing prices in most cities in the West Coast state. And while California's coastal cities are heavily constrained by geography and development, Colorado has more land available for expansion and new housing, allowing room to grow geographically. So yes, prices have risen, but Colorado is still far from California's housing market. Next, let's talk about population growth. Colorado has been one of the fastest growing states in the country for years. People are moving here from all over the United States, and California is one of the top states they're coming from. There are a few major reasons why. First is the lifestyle. Colorado offers access to the mountains, hiking, skiing, biking, and outdoor recreation that is hard to match anywhere else. Second, it is the economy. Cities like Denver and Boulder have become major hubs for technology, aerospace, startups, and renewable energy companies. And third is the quality of life. Many people are moving here because Colorado offers a balance between career opportunities and outdoor living. But rapid population growth does come with its challenges. More people means more demand for housing. It means more cars on the road, and it means more pressure on the infrastructure and local services. However, even with this growth, Colorado's population is still relatively small compared to California, with nearly 40 million residents in California and only 6 million in Colorado. That means that Colorado still has far less overall density and crowding compared to California's major metro areas. In other words, yes, more people are moving here, but Colorado is still nowhere near the scale of California. Now let's talk about traffic. If you've driven on I-25, I-70, or around the Denver metro area during rush hour, you've probably noticed that traffic has gotten much worse over the years. And with good reason. More people are moving to the area, and that means more daily commuting, more construction, and more demand on the road network. It's no secret that Colorado's road infrastructure just hasn't been able to quite keep up with the demand, which has led to our major highways like I-25 and I-70 to seemingly be under constant construction with no end in sight. Traffic can be especially noticeable during ski season when highways like I-70 see heavy weekend congestion heading into the mountains, especially Friday evenings, Saturday mornings, and the dreaded Sunday afternoon and evening come down from the mountains. This is one of the areas where I see people most often compare Colorado to California. California is infamous for its traffic, especially in places like Los Angeles, where commuting times can often stretch out over hours. But again, Colorado still has a long way to go before reaching that level. While traffic has increased, most commutes in Colorado are still significantly shorter than major California metros. In many cities here, you can still get across town in 20 to 30 minutes outside of peak rush hour. Even in the Denver metro area, commuting patterns and overall congestion remain more manageable compared to California's largest urban regions. So while traffic is definitely increasing, Colorado is not yet facing the extreme gridlock seen in California. The next similarity I see many people draw between the two states is the cost of living. Housing tends to get the most attention, but the cost of living includes a lot more than just real estate. Groceries, insurance, utilities, childcare, healthcare, and taxes all contribute to how expensive a place feels. Colorado's cost of living has steadily risen over the past decade, especially in the Front Range cities. Dining out, entertainment, and everyday services have all become more expensive. Part of this comes from the economic growth. As income rise, demand increases and prices often follow. But again, when you pair Colorado directly to California, there's still a significant gap. California consistently ranks as one of the most expensive states across the country in almost every category. Colorado tends to fall somewhere closer to the middle to upper range nationally. So things like utilities, everyday goods, and taxes are still generally less expensive than what most people experience in California. So while living in Colorado is certainly more expensive than it used to be, it still doesn't approach the overall cost levels we see in California. Finally, let's talk about lifestyle and culture. One of the main reasons people worry about Colorado becoming like California is the fear that the culture of the state will change. Colorado has long been known for its laid-back lifestyle, strong outdoor culture, and tight-knit community, even within the larger cities. As more people move here, especially from other states, residents feel like that identity could shift. The amount of comments on videos saying that we're full or don't move here from people is crazy. People here are truly worried that with more development, more urbanization, and more national attention will change the character and feel of the state. But the fact is that Colorado's culture is deeply tied to its geography. The mountains, public lands, the ski towns, the trails, the outdoor lifestyle are all core parts of what makes Colorado unique. And those elements aren't going anywhere. Even as the state grows, access to nature and outdoor recreation remains one of Colorado's defining characteristics, something that continues to shape the way that people live here and shapes the type of person who wants to move here. So when you look at the big picture, it's clear that Colorado is evolving. Housing prices have increased, more people are moving here, traffic has grown, and the cost of living has gone up. And those trends naturally lead some people to compare Colorado with California. But when you really examine the numbers and lifestyle differences, Colorado is still far from becoming California. The population is smaller, the housing prices are lower, and traffic is lighter, costs are more manageable, and the culture and geography remain very different. Colorado is growing, and growth always brings challenges, but it's also a part of what makes a place dynamic and opportunity-filled. So the better question might not be whether Colorado is becoming California. The real question is how Colorado can continue to grow while still preserving the things that make it such a great place to live. And that conversation is something that will shape the future of the state for years to come. So if you're thinking about moving to Colorado, relocating within the state, or just want to better understand what life is really like here, feel free to reach out. My contact information is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.